Pronouncing names can be tricky for wedding officiants since they meet many couples from different cultures and ethnicity. Knowing their name's correct pronunciation is important because our name means a lot, and we respect their given name. Catch Maria Romano of True Love Knots as she shares tips for pronouncing a couple's name when officiating a wedding.
Hi, everybody. Maria Romano here from True Love Knots. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. So I wanted to talk to my wedding community, especially those that are officiants and even those that are in the industry. We're meeting couples all the time. And when we meet couples, we're meeting couples from all different cultures all over the world. And you might not be able to properly pronounce their name. So and that's so important because somebody wants to have their name pronounced correctly. I mean, how many times people will say to me, Marie? No, my name is Maria, which is pretty simple, but your name is important. Your name means a lot to you. And that's why it's important to properly learn how to pronounce a couple's names. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips to help you. So listen to this video to the very end, and this is going to be on my podcast and also posted to my YouTube channel. So you meet a couple, right? And again, it doesn't have to be a wedding officiant. It could be anybody in any industry. And you're just not too sure how to pronounce their name. I mean, especially if you're somebody like me, I really could, I just don't do well sometimes. I know American names, I can pronounce Latin names, but when it comes to maybe Asian names or different Middle Eastern names, it's a little difficult for me. I will say that, and German names too, right? But so there's a couple of things. So when you meet the couple, ask them to pronounce their name and write it out phonetically. Write it out phonetically. And I think that's very important because when you write it out phonetically and put it on a little Post-it and just look back at it, you can even put it in the palm of your hand, the Post-it, and look down at it to make sure you're properly pronouncing their name. And again, nobody likes their name being mispronounced, right? You don't like it. And they're not going to like it either. Now, some couples will have American names, which is great, but not everybody takes on the adaptation of an American name. So write it down phonetically. That's the first thing you can do, and just kind of embed it in your mind. And what you can do as a wedding planner, or if you're on the phone, or a DJ, whoever you're meeting this couple for the first time, maybe on Zoom, and you can write that down. As a wedding officiant like myself, sometimes I'm walking into a situation, I just met the couple. So I'll write it down on a piece of paper. I'll put the Post-it in the center of my hand, and I'll look down at it every so often and start memorizing it in my mind, because I like to use a couple's names during the wedding ceremony. I don't use bride and groom. I don't use husband and wife. I like to use their names. That's who they are. They represent themselves. And I think that's very important to do that. Now, another thing you can do, here's another great tip. One of my officiants shared that with me. One of my students, I'm telling you, I'm so excited about the officiants that are taking my class. They are just moving forward. And what she does is she will have the couple send her a voice memo with their name. So they will send a voice memo and actually slowly pronounce their names. And you can take that voice memo, even if they have used, let's say they use it rapidly. Some cultures, they speak very rapidly. You can slow it down and listen to it and listen to it. So that's another way so that you're pronouncing their names properly. And that's important. And it's important that you pronounce their first names properly. Not always so important that you get their last name, but it's very important that you get their first name. Now, if you're a DJ, okay, you're going to want to have their last names properly properly pronounced, because when they're walking in a room, you're saying, I'm pronouncing Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, and you want to make sure you have that phonetically, you have it embedded, or you have a voice memo and you slowed it down and you've practiced. And you know what? Practice makes perfect. And that's what makes everything go smoothly. And that's what brings customers back. And that's what brings great customer reviews and sends you more business. So in the meantime, it's Wednesday. Go out. It's over here in Las Vegas. I'm looking out my window here. It's a little cloudy. We have a few monsoons going on. But in the meantime, continue to stay healthy, happy, and safe. And as I always say, spread love. Have a great day.